Jennifer Marie, welcome to my channel. This is my first ever YouTube video and I'm very excited to be here. I hope my channel will be about beginner embroidery, and I'm a recent bride, so some recent bride stuff. I'm also a former Disney cast member, so I imagine there will be some Disney themed embroidery mixed on in. I am starting this video at this point in my project. So this is a bag, there'll be another video on it, but a bag I'm making for my sister-in-law. And right now I'm working on this little flower. So depending on how far I get, you will know how many takes this took to do a first ever video. I hope that this channel will be a chatty embroidery channel. I love chatty channels. I love watching people pack for Disney trips, and I love just, people putting on makeup, vlogs. I don't necessarily want to do, those specific things, but I love a good channel that you can have on in the background when you're doing other things and is interesting, but also can keep you company a little bit. I think that's a really special place on YouTube, and I hope to add to it. I've been a fan of YouTube for about 15 years, I would say-ish, and my first time ever trying. I think that this is a cool hobby. I think that embroidery is somewhat new to I'm a millennial, but the 20 to 30-year-olds, and I thought it was a good time to learn. I wasn't really a DIY bride. I did some things, and we'll talk about that in future videos, some sort of like easy DIY projects. But in general, I was not a DIY bride. But I like the idea of taking some items from my wedding and repurposing them with embroidery so that I can keep them but not keep them in a box. My mom always says she doesn't like things that she just has to dust, and I've gotten that from her. I feel the same way. So the idea of taking some items from my wedding and making them functional and, useful items, instead of just things that I can look at and remember my wedding by, things that I can use and remember my wedding by, I think is really special. So I'm working on, this was a free gift with purchase bag that I got when I bought my wedding dress. It had some branding here and here. I took it off, and now my sister-in-law is getting married next year. So I asked her colors, and I'm doing some embroidery to make it a little bit more themed around her wedding. I think she'll like it. If not, again, free gift with purchase, so not a super big deal. But back to this new channel. I'm really excited that you're here. You have no reason to click on this video since it's video number 1. So I imagine that either you're someone who gave me a chance right from the beginning, or more likely someone from the future coming back and saying, oh, I wonder what Jenna's first video was like. I wonder how long ago it was, things like that. And for both categories of people, I am very excited to have you. One of the exciting things about starting a YouTube channel, or about video 1 of a YouTube channel, is that no one's here yet, so no one has any expectations of me. I can decide what format I want to do, what kind of content I want to make, and no one is going to get mad and leave because there is no one here. So that's exciting. Again, I want to do something chatty because I am chatty, and also, generally themed around embroidery. I think that'll be exciting. Hopefully, we'll see if anyone shows up. I think one of the other things that I'm excited about is seeing how comfortable I can get in front of the camera compared to right now, but that's part of the process. Part of this process was figuring out my YouTube channel name. So I went with Mrs. Jennifer Marie for a few reasons. The Mrs. is because I just got married in August of 2025, so I want to do a little shout out to that, and it's a good excuse to use one of my wedding photos. The reason I went with Jennifer is because my formal name is Jennifer, but my parents disagreed when I was born about my name. So my mom wanted to name me Jenna. My dad just didn't think Jenna was a name. But my aunt told him that it was a name, and it was the name of someone on a soap opera that I don't know, but on Dallas. And he said, I am not naming my daughter after someone on a soap opera. So they went with Jennifer, but always called me Jenna. And I thought that it would be a cute little nod to the name that, my father named me, but I never actually went by to have it be Jennifer. And then Marie is because when I got married, I'm in the process of, I switched my maiden name to my middle name and then dropped Murray, which wouldn't be a big deal, except my sweet little 4-year-old niece knows that her middle name is Marie because Jenna's middle name is Murray. And eventually she will find out that my middle name is no longer Murray, but I wanted to keep a little nod to the Murray that we have in common through this channel name. So that is why it is Mrs. Jennifer Murray, even though I will likely refer to myself as Jenna. For what you can expect in upcoming videos, I again am starting with items for my wedding. So the bag project, I also have a set of linen napkins that I had to unexpectedly purchase for the wedding. So I want to see if I can do something cool with those napkins. There is a handkerchief that my dad let me borrow on my wedding day. It's always been a thing that my dad has hankies and then passes it on to us when we need them. And I want to do some embroidery on that hanky and then give it back to him. I think that'll be really sweet. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out a knot right now. I also want to do some embroidery on the holidays to hopefully give some other people some ideas. And then just generally things that I've learned doing beginner embroidery. So that will be the start. We'll see where it goes. But again, I'm very excited to have you here and I hope that you subscribe. Thanks. Okay, I forgot to give you a finale update, but where we landed on the project is my thread got knotted, so I have to untangle that and then we'll go from there.